Amber Heard's name is once again making headlines, but not for a courtroom drama or a blockbuster role. This time, it's something far more personal and far more mysterious. Online sleuths have uncovered shocking claims that Amber may have welcomed not one, but two children via surrogacy, quietly, internationally, and possibly with the help of none other than Elon Musk. The twist? Some of these procedures allegedly took place in countries where commercial surrogacy is outlawed, raising serious legal and ethical questions. For someone who once declared financial hardship in court, Amber's jet-setting lifestyle and rumored multi-million-dollar accommodations have left many wondering, who's really footing the bill? Even more eyebrow-raising is the timeline. These alleged births reportedly align with past reports of embryo disputes between Amber and Elon, fueling speculation that this isn't just a private family matter, it's a cover-up hiding in plain sight. With Musk's known history of expanding his legacy through surrogacy and Amber's carefully curated low profile, many are asking if this is part of a broader plan that Hollywood insiders helped keep under wraps. Is this just tabloid fodder gone viral, or is it the unraveling of a secret family, quietly funded and meticulously concealed by one of the world's most powerful men? Either way, the internet wants answers, and they're not backing down. It all kicked off with a single cryptic blind item, one that sent the internet into a frenzy. An anonymous post alleged that a top-tier Hollywood actress had secretly agreed to bear a child for a tech billionaire. No names were mentioned, but the hints were impossible to ignore. The woman was described as a former flame of Elon Musk, now living quietly abroad with access to sudden wealth. The internet didn't hesitate. All signs pointed to Amber Heard. With her past relationship with Musk, her abrupt move to Spain, and a lifestyle that seemed incompatible with her public financial struggles, the puzzle pieces quickly began to fall into place. What fueled the fire even more were photos and sightings of Amber strolling through Madrid with her daughter, yet whispers online hinted at more children being kept out of sight. The blind item mentioned not one, but multiple children. Then came the real shocker. Talk of twin boys born via surrogacy. Around the same time, Amber vanished from the spotlight. For many, this wasn't just a theory. It was a calculated move to keep a scandal buried. The timing was too precise, the blind item too specific, and the public silence too orchestrated. Amber's exit from the Hollywood spotlight now looked less like retreat and more like redirection. As the theory gained momentum, so did the questions. Why wasn't the story covered by mainstream outlets? Why were court records sealed? And how did Amber go from financial ruin to living in one of Spain's most exclusive neighborhoods? While blind items are often dismissed as gossip, this one seemed different. It had receipts, patterns, and history on its side. For those watching closely, it felt like the start of something bigger, something hidden. And if what's being whispered turns out to be true, then this is more than a secret surrogacy. It's the Hollywood cover-up no one saw coming. In July 2021, Amber Heard shocked the public with a surprise Instagram announcement. She had become a mother to a baby girl named Oonagh Heard, born via surrogate. She claimed it was a personal choice, to have a child on her own terms. But from the start, the details were vague. There was no mention of a partner, and no father was listed on the birth certificate. For someone constantly scrutinized by the media, the secrecy surrounding Oonagh's birth immediately raised red flags. Why the sudden shift to motherhood? And more importantly, why keep the identity of the father completely under wraps? Theories swirled almost instantly, with Elon Musk at the center of it all. Multiple sources close to Heard claimed that Musk had quietly helped finance the birth and continued to provide support. Even more explosive were whispers that the child was conceived using embryos that Amber and Elon had frozen during their relationship years earlier. These claims weren't pulled from thin air. Legal documents from past disputes between the two had reportedly referenced embryo custody battles. Neither Musk nor Heard ever directly addressed the rumors, but their silence only added fuel to the fire. What truly kept the internet buzzing, though, was the eerie alignment between Oonagh's birth and the alleged timeline of the blind item. The idea that Amber may have entered into a surrogacy agreement, potentially funded or even orchestrated by Musk, was no longer just gossip. It became a compelling theory with threads connecting real events, real relationships, and very public legal history. And if Musk was financially backing Amber and Oonagh, it begged a deeper question. Was this about co-parenting, legacy building, or something far more transactional that Hollywood never wanted exposed? The internet exploded when Amber Heard posted a seemingly innocent Mother's Day photo, cropped, shadowy, and carefully curated. What appeared to be a quiet celebration took a dramatic turn when eagle-eyed followers noticed something odd. Not one, but two sets of tiny limbs, along with different baby outfits partially visible in the frame. The implication? Amber may have quietly welcomed twin boys. There was no official announcement, no media coverage, and no acknowledgement from Heard herself. But for a public figure who once celebrated motherhood with a global reveal, the silence around this alleged second birth spoke volumes. Online investigators immediately got to work. Using timestamps, background clues, and archived posts, they began piecing together a possible timeline. Some speculate that the twins were born via surrogate in the United States under sealed arrangements, then quietly relocated to Spain, where Amber now resides. Others believe the photo was a soft launch, an intentional hint meant to preempt growing whispers without sparking a full-blown media firestorm. The secrecy has only amplified the theory, with users pointing to her sudden reclusion, sparse online presence, and her carefully guarded life abroad as signs she's shielding more than just herself. Now, the speculation is no longer limited to online gossip. It's being taken seriously by entertainment watchdogs and legal commentators alike. Questions about parental rights, citizenship, and financial backing are all at play. If the twins do exist, their birth and concealment could have major implications, not just for Amber, but for anyone involved behind the scenes. Was this a personal choice made in private, or the continuation of a much larger agreement shrouded in legal loopholes and silence? One thing is clear, the mystery isn't dying down. It's only growing louder. Long before the surrogacy rumors took off, a real legal dispute hinted at something far more complicated between Amber Heard and Elon Musk. According to court documents made public during previous lawsuits, the former couple had engaged in a bitter battle over frozen embryos. Musk reportedly wanted the embryos destroyed after their split, while Heard allegedly insisted on keeping them. This wasn't a rumor. It was part of actual testimony, confirming that parenthood, even post-breakup, remained a contentious issue between the two. The existence of these embryos is now being re-examined under a new light. If Amber retained legal access, and Musk's legal efforts to have them destroyed were unsuccessful, then the foundation of the surrogacy theories becomes harder to dismiss. The idea that Amber could have moved forward with using the embryos without Elon's consent suddenly isn't just tabloid speculation. It becomes a legitimate legal and ethical dilemma. It raises serious questions about parental rights, informed consent, and what happens when reproductive agreements break down behind closed doors. This potential loophole turns a quiet surrogacy into a legal gray zone with massive implications. If the rumored twins were indeed conceived using those embryos and born without Musk's knowledge or approval, the billionaire could unknowingly be the biological father of multiple children living outside the US. It's a storyline that blurs the lines between reproductive autonomy and unauthorized parenthood. And if this ever reaches a courtroom, it wouldn't just be a tabloid scandal. It could redefine how embryo custody battles are viewed under the law. Amber Heard's abrupt relocation to Spain wasn't just about escaping paparazzi or reclaiming privacy. It may have been a strategic legal maneuver. While the actress publicly framed her move as a way to give her daughter a normal life away from the American media circus, legal analysts have pointed out a deeper motive. Spain has some of the toughest restrictions on surrogacy in all of Europe. Commercial surrogacy is outright banned, and even non-commercial altruistic arrangements are heavily scrutinized and often denied legal recognition. That makes it an unlikely place to raise children born via surrogacy, unless the goal is to stay under the radar. This has led to growing speculation that the move wasn't about starting fresh, but avoiding legal scrutiny. If Amber arranged surrogacies in the US, possibly using disputed embryos, and then relocated the children to Spain, she may have deliberately placed herself and the kids in a jurisdiction where parental rights and enforcement of foreign surrogacy contracts are far murkier. Spain doesn't automatically recognize surrogacy-born children unless certain legal conditions are met. which creates a kind of protective bubble around families who don't want to be easily tracked, challenged, or litigated against. For someone like Amber, embroiled in years of public legal drama and possibly dealing with private parental disputes, this legal gray zone could be a calculated shield. It raises the question, is she simply seeking peace, or is she outmaneuvering a legal system that could otherwise challenge the origins of her children? The timing, the destination, and the secrecy all paint a picture that suggests much more than a quiet retirement from fame. It could be a well-crafted escape plan, one designed not just to avoid the press, but to stay one step ahead of the law. Amber Heard's financial situation doesn't add up. After her highly publicized legal loss to Johnny Depp, she was ordered to pay over $10 million in damages. Yet, she's now living in a high-end villa in Spain, seen traveling across Europe, and photographed in luxury fashion, all without any publicly known income or confirmed acting projects. Her Hollywood opportunities have all but vanished, and she hasn't landed any significant endorsements. The lifestyle she's maintaining simply doesn't match what the public knows about her current financial status. That's where Elon Musk enters the conversation, again. Musk has a well-documented history of providing financial support to former partners, especially when children are involved. With 14 known children born to several women, including company executives and surrogates, Musk has made it clear that legacy and controlled parenthood are central to his personal life. Many now believe he may be quietly funding Amber's life in Spain, not out of romantic involvement, but out of obligation, agreement, or silent co-parenting. If that's true, then this isn't just a rumor. It's another chapter in Musk's growing and tightly managed family empire. The silence from both Amber Heard and Elon Musk is deafening and strategic. Musk, who frequently jokes about fathering many children to repopulate the planet, has been open about using surrogacy to expand his family, yet has never directly addressed the swirling rumors about Amber. He's confirmed children with exes and company employees, but when it comes to Heard, there's a calculated omission. For someone as vocal and media-savvy as Musk, the refusal to deny or clarify only deepens the mystery. It's not just what's said, it's what isn't. And when it comes to a story involving secret surrogacies, legal battles, and potential co-parenting, that silence carries weight. Amber, meanwhile, has embraced a radically low profile since the Depp trial fallout. Her Instagram presence is rare and tightly curated. She never mentions the father of her daughter and avoids any public discussion about her alleged twin boys. But her sudden retreat from Hollywood, her luxurious new lifestyle, and carefully worded captions suggest she's protecting more than just her peace. She may be protecting a deal, a relationship, or a legacy. Together, their silence is telling. It doesn't debunk the theory, it quietly legitimizes it. In a world where denials come fast and loud, their mutual silence is the biggest confirmation yet that there may be far more to this story than either is willing to admit. Amber Heard's narrative has shifted from courtroom headlines to something far more secretive and far more unsettling. This isn't just a story of scandal. It's a potential blueprint for how powerful people navigate parenthood, privacy, and public perception. From disputed embryos and luxury escapes to silent arrangements and overseas loopholes, every detail seems to connect in a way that's impossible to ignore. Is Amber quietly raising Elon Musk's children under the radar? Or is this a masterclass in legal evasion wrapped in a carefully curated public image? One thing's for sure, this web of silence, secrecy, and speculation is far from untangled. And the longer both sides stay quiet, the more questions the world will ask. Are we just scratching the surface of a hidden deal between Hollywood and Silicon Valley's most controversial figures? Let us know what you think in the comments. Is this just another conspiracy, or is the truth hiding in plain sight? Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications, because the next chapter in this unfolding drama could change everything.